Hi, Christy. I'm Shayna.
Hi.
It's nice to meet you. I'm glad you could come and see me today. So your teacher, Mrs. Jones, suggested that we meet and talk about some of the difficulties that have been coming up in class lately. Are you okay with talking for a few minutes here? All right, great. Before we get started, I just wanted to give you a bit of an idea of what to expect when you're here. I'm a social worker here, and so my job is to help out students if they're having trouble in class or with their families or with friends. So I talk to a lot of different kids at school for different reasons.
Okay.
And we'll get to talk about what's bothering you and think of different solutions and ideas that we can come up with to make a difference in that, and then we'll get to kind of put them into practice and see how it goes.
Okay.
Just so you know, one thing that I like to use as just kind of a way to organize my thoughts about these kinds of things is to think about how people's feelings and thoughts affect their behavior. If somebody's getting in trouble for fighting, we don't want to just focus on the fighting, because there's also ways that they're feeling about the fighting and the thoughts that they're having about fighting that are also really important in changing the situation.
Okay.
So we can kind of just have this as a idea of ways to think things through and come back to it when we need to. Yeah. But before I'll come back to this. But just so you know, today we'll get a chance to talk a little bit about what's been going on for you, the ways you've been feeling and thinking about it, and then come up with other ideas, maybe about how things can be different.
Okay.
So, would you tell me a little bit about what this week's been like for you?
This week's been okay. Just like kind of regular, I guess.
Yeah, what does regular look like?
Like mostly it's fine, but I did have to go to the office yesterday, I think it was.
Yeah, what brought you to the office yesterday?
Sometimes I get in trouble in class because my teacher makes me mad, and then when I get mad, then I have to go to the office.
Yeah, I know. For a lot of people, teachers can do things that can set them off in different ways. What is it usually that happens right before you get mad with your teacher?
A lot of times it's in my math class because I don't like math, and so I get mad a lot doing that. And then when the teacher gets mad, like if I'm not doing my work or something, and that makes me more mad, and then I have to go to the office.
Yeah, so it sounds like kind of a staircase where, something makes you mad, you show how mad you are, the teacher shows how mad they are, and it kind of just keeps going up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you know what it is about math that makes you mad?
I don't like doing it because it takes me a long time, and it's just like really hard, and most of the other kids finish faster than I do, and I don't know, I just don't like doing it. So
yeah, I could see how that could be frustrating if you feel like it's going really slow and you're not kind of on going the same speed as others.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Could you tell me, do you ever notice how your body feels right when you're getting mad?
I don't know. I never really thought about it.
Yeah, I think it sometimes feels like the mad feeling comes on all of a sudden, but usually our bodies give us some kind of signal beforehand that that's going to happen. Sometimes for some people it's like their stomach gets tight, or their hands get kind of shaky, or they might get their breathing might go faster. If you don't mind, over this next week, I'm going to give you this sheet to kind of keep track of how your body feels when you feel upset. And so this says what my body does when I'm angry and what I say when I'm angry. So if you can just kind of, you can just kind of keep this in your desk, and if you notice sometimes before, sometimes after a time when you got mad, you could jot down how you feel, and then I think that'll help give us a hint about how to maybe stop the staircase before you get too high.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have any questions about that?
No.
No? Okay. Well, let me know if you think of anything.
Okay.
Um,
Am I supposed to draw my face?
yeah, that's an area. So, different people some people like to write, some people like to draw. So if you want to draw, what you look like or how you feel when you're upset, then that's another option.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for asking. Um, yeah, so in addition to how your body feels, do you think you could think of any of the thoughts that are running through your head when you start to get upset?
Just that I'm like mad and I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, so do you think you're kind of telling yourself, like, I'm tired of this, I'm sick of this, this is stupid, and why am I doing this anyways? Have you ever heard yourself say any of those things?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, sometimes I think our thoughts can have a lot more power than we think they can. Sometimes it seems like our thoughts are what's really happening, but sometimes our thoughts can actually kind of create what's happening too. And does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would love to think about, keep thinking about what are the thoughts that are running through your minds, and are those the thoughts that are gonna get you the result that you want, or are there different thoughts that could really take you to where you want to be?
Okay.
Yeah. So we have a little more time. So I'm gonna just pull out some activities here for us to do together.
Okay.
Okay. 1 second.